Hey, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in to another Rena K YouTube video. So today I'm going to do something a little different. I usually make cards on this channel, but this time around I wanted to do something special to kiss 2020 goodbye. There's a lot of discourse on if 2020 has been the worst year of everyone's lives. You know, I think it's a toss-up between 2019 and 2020 for being the worst, but they definitely both sucked. Working in the stamping industry is fun, and I usually cater to the card side of things, but today I am going to be scrapbooking. I'm going to make a scrapbook page of 2020, or at least from my perspective of 2020. I have a couple spicy memes to put in, a couple moments, a couple memories that I want to pay tribute to, so if you guys want to see that, keep on watching. Okay, so what I understand from scrapbooking, so the last time I scrapbooked, I believe I was like 6 years old, so today we are going to be starting with a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. This is just white cardstock. I'm going to be using a lot of Electropop products because the beginning of 2020 was the release of my Electropop collection with ThermOWeb. So I want to use a couple things from that, and I have a picture of my mom and I at Creativation that I'm going to use. I used a really old photo printer to print these all out, and I was going to have more pictures of like K-pop boys and stuff, but my printer gave up and didn't want to work. So we have only a couple pictures, but I think I don't want it to get too muddy, you know. I'm going to create a lot of art around the stuff, I think. So I'm going to put the Creativation part down here, and then up here I'm going to write some like 2020 like tribute or something. Okay, starting off, I'm mounting this picture on some neon cardstock. I found this neon cardstock. It's called Astro Brights. I found it at Target, and it matches all the Electropop colors really well. So I'm just doing the color that is closest to Poppin' Pink. I'm just outlining this picture with a little frame. It's probably not perfectly even. So that's a cute little border I have for the background of this picture. And I'm gonna try to keep a neon theme going this whole time. So I'm gonna attach this right here. Oh, and I just ran out of tape. Luckily I asked my mom for refills for Christmas and she came through. There, finally fixed. And I'm gonna attach this down here. I don't know if I'm going in a weird order of things, but we're in this now. Okay, so I'm going to be taking my Sweet Stuff stamp set because this is one of the products we released at Creativation, and I'm gonna be making, I'll put some cupcakes. Put some cupcakes down, and I'm going to be using the Electropop neon inks to do this. Now this is going to take a little more precision. I could Okay, so to decorate around the picture of my mom and I at Creativation, I'm going to start with the cupcake base from the Sweet Stuff stamp set. It's upside down. It's right here, and I'm going to be stamping it in the bottom corner on a piece of square cardstock so I can stamp 4 right away all together. And I'm going to start with Hello Yellow because it's the lightest color. One down, and then I'm going to rotate and clean my stamps super well. I'm going to use Poppin' Pink. Beautiful. So I just used Orange Glow, and then we're going to finish it off with Screamin' Green, because those are the 4 colors that released with the ThermOWeb lines in Flock and Transfer Gel. There we go, and that's all for cupcake bottoms, and I'm just going to quickly stamp a cupcake on top of all of them, and then I'll show you what they look like when they're cut out and ready to go on the page. Okay, so I now have all these. Okay, so I now have these 4 cupcakes cut out, and I used warm cocoa for the top to make it look like a chocolate cupcake because I spent a lot of 2020 eating chocolate in my bed. I'm gonna attach these right here. I'm going to be using the Gina K Designs foam squares, and I don't know if I have this. I don't. So I'm just gonna take these off up here. Okay, so that's what this corner of the scrapbook page looks like. I have a nice black marker right down here, and I need to write, just gonna write the name of this so my family can remember this forever. It's so weird to think Creativation happened in 2020. That feels like years ago. That was the last normal thing I did. Okay, that fits nicely down there. It's in my mediocre handwriting, but that's what scrapbooking is about, you know? And then I'm going to be adding these neon sequins to the bottom around here just for decoration. I got these in the Brutus Monroe Homeroom Glow card kit, and I really like these because they go with all my ThermOWeb stuff. So thank you, Christopher, for including that. Going to be using Connect Glue, and I'll just put a couple little dots. I feel like scrapbooking, you can create a lot of different vibes, because 2020 was a lot of different vibes. This definitely is a very different vibe from what it is in, say, December of 2020. This was January. Like, look how close I am to my mom in this picture. This could never happen in December of 2020. I'm just using my quick stick to apply these, and I just waited a second for the glue to get tacky. I put 2 yellow ones beside each other, but it's too late. That is very 2020 of me. We're just gonna leave all these mistakes in the past, just like this whole freaking year. So this is our little Creativation panel. Just put all these to the side. Love that for me. I think this is very bright and fun, kind of like January was compared to the rest of the year. So this is like the happy corner. Now let's get into other things. I have this Polaroid of me. I don't know if you can see it that well, but that little face right there is me. This is a piece of art, I would consider it actually. This is, art was one of the things I explored during my time alone in quarantine, and Polaroid film was was a medium that I explored, and I named this one Y'all Mind If I Vibe because just I think this picture captures that essence so perfectly. This, I think, is going to be my highlight section of the scrapbook. Down here was just a good memory, because it was my favorite memory of 2020 was Creativation and meeting everyone and releasing everything. But I'm going to put the highlights over here. Highlights don't have to be good by any means. They're just memorable. Quarantine shutdown was definitely memorable. Unforgettable, I would argue. Okay, so up here, I outlined this in the Hello Yellow and Poppin' Pink color, and we're gonna place her up here. I'm gonna leave a little bit of room for me to write highlights, which I'm actually going to do right now. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna add some lines. I think part of scrapbooking is just freestyling, just really adding your vibe to the page. So, this captures my quarantine moment perfectly. Next image that I'm really passionate about is this one. This is a reaction meme that my friend Brandon sends me almost every day to describe the mood or the vibe that we're feeling just wherever we are. And I think all of 2020 could be summed up in just this meme. And I think it's really important that we put this in here. So I'm gonna outline this in paper too and then add it to this page. All right, so here I have my most used meme of the year. I like how scrapbooks are usually of like vacations and stuff, and I honestly can sum up everything I did in 2020 with a meme and a picture of me just being weird and lurking over the loft edge of my house. The last image I am going to be using is this image. This was also one of my most frequently used memes of 2020, specifically during the week-long election period, which I think we can all agree was very damaging to our mental and physical health. I don't know if this is offensive to the scrapbooking community. I think this is a very colorful piece of memorabilia of the worst year anyone has ever seen. Okay, so I think last thing I have to do on this page is just make like a title here. And I think I have the perfect working title to go along with the vibes of 2020. I'm going to be using the faces from my I Like the Way You Roll sushi set, just to add some smiley faces on here. I'm gonna do it in Electropop colors, because why not? This stamp set was also a big part of my year. I had a fun time designing it and I had a fun time using it in card projects. So this is the finished scrapbook page. I know I used memes and pictures, just like little ones, but I know you're not supposed to use like more than a lot of like 3 or 4 pictures. That's usually how I did my scrapbook pages, was just a couple images. And these are the ones that I think were the most important to me personally. I think this is something that I can show my grandchildren one day and they'll know exactly what the vibes were during the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020. I really enjoyed making this. Scrapbooking is actually really fun. I think I'm gonna make a couple more scrapbook pages in the future. So let me know if you guys like this or if you want me to go back to card making. And yeah, thanks for hanging out and watching my brain make this monstrosity. Okay, bye.